As many as 170 million users are watching the clock on TikTok in the U.S. In about 32 hours, it's supposed to be outlawed by a bipartisan law. The Supreme Court upheld that ban today. They sided with the U.S. government over national security concerns if the app stays under Chinese ownership. But today, the Biden administration signaled it's not going to enforce the ban come Sunday, leaving it to the next administration, which, of course, takes power on Monday. Here's President Biden a short time ago.
What's your take on the TikTok decision today, sir?
Well, the decision was made by the next president anyway, so I think it will work.
Well, the next president, Donald Trump, has been working on an executive order to delay the ban, according to sources. The president-elect posting today that he spoke with Chinese President Xi Jinping about the app, which he actually wanted to ban himself at one point. TikTok's CEO is already showing his gratitude with, of course, a TikTok video.
I want to thank President Trump for his commitment to work with us to find a solution that keeps TikTok available in the United States. We are grateful and pleased to have the support of a president who truly understands our platform, one who has used TikTok to express his own thoughts and perspectives, connecting with the world and generating more than 60 billion views of his content in the process.
Let's turn now to CNN chief media analyst Brian Stelter. Okay, Brian, here's the thing. What happens on Sunday when people click on the TikTok icon on their phone?
Initially, at least until a few hours ago, my impression was that the Apple App Store, the Google App Store would have to remove the TikTok app. So if you wanted to download it for the first time, you couldn't. If you still already have the app on your phone, it would just continue to function like normal. But like a car that's running out of gas, it would start to break down and stop functioning over time. However, Brianna, I've changed my thought on this in the last few hours. Now that the Biden administration has said they're not going to enforce the law on Sunday, I don't think users are going to see a change on Sunday unless ByteDance, the owner of TikTok, wants to send a message by telling its users, hey, this app is in trouble. Americans are trying to shut us down. Take action. Pressure your politicians. But frankly, they've already achieved that through lobbying action, through influencers. TikTok has pressured politicians, including Trump, and seems to be winning. They seem to have the wind at their backs right now as they try to get this ban reversed. So, it is possible there could be several different outcomes on Sunday and Monday, but I think for the time being, because Trump has signaled that he wants to negotiate some way out of this, users' experience will probably not change this weekend.
So how does that work? Because Trump told our Pamela Brown this morning he'll be making the decision on TikTok. He's signaling that, as you said. How might he stop it from being banned, or does he just sort of like buy it time?
Yeah, find an American buyer and then convince the Chinese owners to sell it to that American buyer. Let someone let's just think of someone who's close to Trump, maybe Elon Musk. There are already bids out there from Frank McCourt and Kevin O'Leary, for example. O'Leary of Shark Tank fame has been on this network talking about his bid for TikTok. The issue has been that ByteDance, the Chinese owners, do not want to sell. That's what they've said all along. They do not want to give up any part of TikTok. Will that change under President Trump? Will he have more persuasive power? Will he come at this differently? That's a big question. What we know is that this is all happening because of Trump 5 years ago calling for a ban. And the reason that Congress enacted this law and wanted it to go into effect on Sunday was precisely to avoid a situation where Trump would try to repeal it, right? This law's timing was on purpose before the inauguration. But now it seems a lot of Democrats don't want to take the blame for this. Biden, Chuck Schumer, they don't want to be blamed for TikTok going down. And so this is being punted to Trump. And I think we know one thing for sure. Trump cares deeply about his popularity. He loves knowing that he has lots of fans on TikTok. He's been crediting TikTok with helping him win re-election. So he seems to have a real change of heart about TikTok, partly for personal reasons.
Yeah, it also seems that China can benefit from a bunch of disgruntled Americans who are mad that TikTok is banned, that there's a bit of a win-win there too. But I wonder if it is banned and you start seeing people, we've been talking to content creators and they gravitate towards other apps. What do you think about some of these other apps that have gained popularity?
It's a little bit like going from broadcast TV with only 3 channels to cable TV with 300. There's not going to be any one winner if TikTok does disappear in the US. There will be a number of different apps. Right now, it's startups, mostly Chinese-owned startups, that are winning the race. If you look at the Apple App Store, look on your phone right now, look at the top free apps. You'll see mostly Chinese-owned apps, including one from ByteDance. You'll also see startups like Flip that I frankly had not heard of a week ago that are trying to capitalize on this. There are lots of different flavors, but there's no one TikTok alternative. Here's the other thing I've noticed, Brown, when I look at these alternatives, when I look at the conversations about this law and about the national security concerns, the politicians and the experts who say that TikTok is a threat, who are concerned about China's influence, their voices are barely being heard right now. You know, their voices are missing from the conversation. They're certainly not showing up in your TikTok feed. So it seems to me the people that are calling for this ban to be reversed are winning in the public conversation. The people that had real national security concerns, they seem to be losing right now.
Yeah. It'd be interesting if people do end up going towards other apps. It's sort of like out of the fire into a bunch of different frying pans. And how is that going to work? Brian, thank you so much. It's really interesting to see how this is going to play out.